William effing Hung, come on the damn show. William effing Hung.
Now, those of you at home might be thinking to yourselves, now why not just import the audio if you're going to use this as an intro? Well, because we don't want to get DMCA'd. Suck my dick.
Yeah! Shebang! No copyright intended.
We don't want to get R. Kelly, which has a very different meaning for us in particular than it does literally the rest of the world.
In the grand scheme of thing, probably the least egregious thing associated with R. Kelly.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Don't get me wrong. We got beef with R. Kelly now. Just, you know, ours is significantly less significant. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
video,
us getting rightfully DMCA'd for playing like a fucking minute of I Believe I Can Fly last week, probably less severe than everything else that R. Kelly has been accused of.
Yes.
But I'm gonna treat the two like they're equals.
And it's weird because in the credits, William Hung gets the performing credit, but R. Kelly still gets the writing credit because it's his song. So I half-assed wonder, like, I heard something like he's not getting royalties while he's in prison. I hope that's true.
R. Kelly couldn't get us through Our Love of the Hung, so they got us on I Believe I Can Fly.
He can't legally? Our producer says that he can't.
Jamie, pull it up.
Nope, he can't. He can't collect money. Hopefully it's going to a better place. Not like we're collecting fucking shit anyways. With our cursing and views not translating to subscribers' asses.
Dude, we're gonna fucking YouTube.
Yeah, I mean...
I sat down and did the math on it, dude. I've been posting shit to this site for 17 fucking years, man.
God damn, you said that with, like, the Danny Glover exhaustion. I'm too old for this shit.
I honestly, bro... YouTube is like, the older I get, the more I realize that this site is like designed for like people in their late teens and their 20s who just have like a boundless energy and time to devote to this shit. Like, I've been like actually working on making shit again lately, which has been cool and like kind of fucking weird in a way, which we can dive into later, but the big thing I have figured out right out the gate is that there's no way I'm going to be able to keep a schedule like I used to. I'm older, I don't have that kind of energy, I don't have that kind of time anymore, you know? I got work, I got shit to do, I got, like, fucking prior commitments. I need to sleep a hell of a lot more now than I did like 10 years ago. That
makes sense. It's the aging process, you know, it gets us all no matter what.
Oh, 100%. Like, you wouldn't think that would affect something like fucking YouTube, or anything like that, but it definitely does.
It's time and energy. I'm finding out quick, even just these weekly bullshit sessions we do. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's a lot of work. Like, I'm finding out quick from the producer end, even though like our homies at Riverside do a lot. Fuck. Each week is a new learning curve on something.
Do we bring up the 10 minutes we spent fighting before we started the episode, or do we just scoot on past that?
William Hung is the cause and solution to all of our problems.
Yeah, we got really William hung up on the intro this week. I will probably find a way to make that joke every single week. I hope it gets you every week.
Oh, we're going to be hung up on this for a while. Oh.
Amen to that, brother.
Brought to you by Frank's Red Hot.
Put that shit on everything.
Oh, there we go. Getting that official sponsorship.
Pick the one of 18 things it could have been. I'm also prepared for a Glade sponsorship for some fucking reason.
everything. You know, hot dogs. What? Vegetarian hot dogs. What? Veggies. What? Rice. What? Hamburger helper. What? Wieners. What? What?
I don't know if I have any of those things around me to just grab it. I mean, I have a wiener I could grab and show off, but I feel like that's going to give us a hell of a lot more trouble than the R. Kelly thing.
Yeah, speaking of which, there's another short I put out, and I learned another lesson the other way, because I've been clipping up some of these videos into shorts. Yeah, YouTube don't like it when you just put the word foreskin in the title.
Funny. So, there's like probably 36 words you could have said where I would have been like, yeah, you really wouldn't think that YouTube would have an issue with that one, but da-da-da-da-da. No, I think that one makes sense.
No, the content in that short is pretty blue, so it makes sense that,
So that I was talking about putting treats in my foreskin.
Yes. You know, and then I also begged William Hung to come on the show in the middle of that. She bang.
Man, I don't mean to critique another man's game, but you might want to pick those spots a little better.
Episode 4.
Although that would be a really fun way to find out that William Hung is like real fucking chill. Yeah, man, I wanted nothing to do with these two cleft-lipped fucks, and then I heard them talk about putting stuff in their foreskin, and I was like, now that's a good idea, and I want to hear what else they have to say.
I love the idea of him being this fucking scoundrel like fucking Ken Jeong's character from The Hangover.
Oh, dude, like I'm not even imagining that. I'm just imagining, like, he's chill, just, yeah, man, put stuff in your foreskin. Rad.
Foreskin, 5 skin, don't matter how many skins.
Like, I'm basically imagining William Hung as Orange Cassidy. So, yeah, man, just go for it. Like, maybe not quite as apathetic, but like that vibe. You know, where you could just tell that he smoked a fat doink 20 minutes ago and everyone's trying real hard not to acknowledge it because we're all on TBS.
I saw somewhere in the comments section of that William Hung TED Talk I was talking to you about, apparently, I mean, it was in the comments section of YouTube, so you can take that with a grain of salt. He's like the 72nd or 3rd descendant of Confucius, which, you know what? I want to believe that.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm not going to fact check that one. Anyone who is listening to our salt farmers in Topeka who are listening to this show, if you know this to be factually inaccurate, and you find yourself beginning to type out a comment letting us know that that's factually inaccurate, hey, how about you shut the fuck up? How about you shut the fuck up and let us have this, okay?
I mean,
how about you just go ahead, backspace all of that, and say, yeah, man, that thing about William Hung and Confucius is totally true. By the way, you both have really big penises. How about you hit us with one of those instead of ruining our fucking day with facts? Bucko.
Are these farmers like chiming in on your DMs already? Like, you're coming in pretty hot.
You know, man, my MySpace is a hostile place to be. This is how we all communicate. It's MySpace. We're the people keeping MySpace alive. I desperately want to be part of the revolution that brings back MySpace. I don't know who owns the IP for MySpace.
I can't even log into mine.
But they are sitting on a... Well, that's because I think that, like, every old MySpace got, like, fucking deleted at a point, right?
You know what? Rightfully so. That was probably for the best.
I mean, it costs a lot of fucking money to keep all of that data. I get why they did it. I'm bummed that they did it, but I get why they did it. But, like, whoever owns MySpace, if they, like, put the genuine time, effort, and money into, like, a proper rebrand for that, With how much every other motherfucking social media platform sucks right now.
Oh, that'd be huge with our generation. Like, at the
I
very least.
I think our generation, probably Gen X, it wouldn't surprise me if it drew in like
I never know what the hell the youngins like nowadays. Every time I think I'm in touch, I see someone on Saturday Night Live musical hosting, and it's like I've never seen or heard of most of these fucking people.
So that's actually a fun thing I think about quite often. I don't know if it's possible to be in touch anymore. Not in the way that we used to be, because, you know, you think about the way that culture used to be. There was like a unifying culture, you know? We all watched the same news. We all watched the same shit on TV every night. We didn't have the internet to make it to where everyone existed in their own bubble that was specifically made for that. You know, it used to be if someone would get, like, millions and millions of views on something, everyone fucking heard of them because we were all watching the same shit. Now, there can be someone with, like, fucking 10 million subscribers on YouTube that I've never fucking heard of, because that bubble of the internet and my bubble of the internet will never cross paths. Until suddenly one day they do, and all of a sudden I'm like, well, who the fuck is Bingle Squinkle?
Oh, man. That's why I love you so much, because you can connect these fucking dots where, like, you know, I'm worried about, like, staying in touch, and you're, like, explaining to me in a way that I can very easily understand, like, no, motherfucker, like, being in touch is not even an obtainable thing anymore. Like, you're so out of touch, you still think you can get in touch.
I mean, you're the one who said it.
Go touch yourself.
After the show.
Brought to you by Blue Chew.
For when you wanna
wiener.
For when you want to get 6 hours of solid gooning in before you gotta go to church. Blue Chew.
Pope's wiener. Blue Chew.
That needs to be a clip. That needs to be a fucking clip. I'll throw that in the fucking bi-monthly clip compilations I throw up anyway. I already do one of those for Twitch like every 2 months anyway. Fuck it, I'll throw in a Clef Club clip.
This is why I'm doing this show. This is my legacy. You know, my sister Amber, you know, about to give birth in a couple of weeks. My nephew Kai, I can't wait for that shit. Can't wait for him to watch his uncle be a complete dipshit on the internet. This is my legacy. William Hung.
Can't wait to one day hear him say, "Who the fuck is Cheesy Bo Squeezums?" and Cody to put him on his knee and say, "Let me tell you about a great man who died in a tragic boating accident." It was a horrible day on the Missouri River. We never knew that those angry clowns were coming. 72 clowns packed onto one tiny rowboat. Strong breeze tipped him over. Pope. I mean, he actually shot himself in that moment. Kind of figured he'd take advantage of it. We all saw it coming, but still tragic it happened.
I mean, honestly, like, my ideal situation would be, like, it doesn't have to, like, match any specifics, but as long as, like, I'm shouting the phrase, "There's too many of them," that's how I want to go. I don't care what it is. I don't care the scenario. Like, as long as that's the phrase, like, that's the way to go.
I need you to know that my brain was like, alright, that's such a cool phrase. What's, like, the worst place we could think of it? Gangbang. There's too many of them. Ah! Ah! Ah, they're all hitting me in the forehead. Ah, no! Ah! Anyway. This is a terrible moment to have an overactive imagination, for the record, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all are hearing this thinking, oh, that's funny. I'm vividly picturing it. I'm imagining every fucking male porn star I've ever seen in my life, plus the Mario characters on your goddamn shirt. believe it or not, Luigi's actually packing the most heat.
Dude, I have no idea where to go from there. I mean, granted, this show, it's not really much of a show. We're just talking and bullshitting. I'm not really trying to segue into anything in particular. I really have nothing this week. But, like, fuck, now I'm really stuck in the mud here. Like, I'm grasping for...
Typical conversation with me be like...
Super Smashing Brothers, you got go...
Hot. Anyway.
Shit, came so close to spit taking. Oh,
I am so sorry. I realized a moment too late that you were in the middle of drinking something.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. That's my fault for taking a sip during the setup.
Oh, fuck. That was almost bad.
Oh, man. How's your week been?
It has been alright enough. I got a busy-ass week ahead of me, so most of this week has just been, like, trying to relax. Been really sinking a lot of time and effort into, like, this bit of brain crack that I've had for a while that I decided to finally do something with. I feel like it has to have come up on here before. I do streaming stuff. Hi, it's me, the Twitch boy. And I've wanted for, like, a long time to be able to do something, like, late at night, you know? Because, like, I gotta cut things off at a certain point. Just because, like, everyone in my house sleeps, and the walls are thin, and I'm a big loud fuck. So, like, once everyone's like, alright, we're going to bed, can you kindly shut the fuck up now? I'm gonna shut the fuck up now.
Fair enough.
And I've wanted to do something later at night with streaming, right? Because, like, that's when I'm usually up.
Right. Those are my hours, too. I'm a third shifter, so I get it.
Right. So, I've been playing with this idea for a while. You know, when I was a little kid, I was, like, huge into, like, you know, Cartoon Network and shit like that, you know? But it wasn't specifically, like, Cartoon Network. It was, like, I really enjoyed, like, Toonami.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like, Adult Swim. You know, these specific blocks that aired on, like, a larger channel, but, like, these blocks were specifically their own thing.
That's back when they gave a fuck about branding and personal identity.
Right, yeah, like, it had its own, like, unique branding, it had its own music, it had its own, like, vibe, you know? It was its own thing. And, you know, the older I got, like, just... I got weirdly into, like, television branding, shit like that. Just the little bumpers and things like that would air in between shows, like, the graphics that would air. Yeah, like, the graphics that would air in, like, wrestling shows and shit like that. Just, like, all the little details that, like, you don't really notice until it's not there.
I mean, it's art. It's corporatized art, but it's art.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know, now that we live in a day and age where, like, that doesn't really exist anymore, like, everything is very homogenized and samey, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you show me a McDonald's ad and a Burger King ad, if I don't know the product, I'm not gonna be able to really tell the two apart until, like, the end, when the logo pops up.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what the hell happened to branding in the modern age, but just...
I can actually answer that one.
Oh, please.
That shit costs money.
Oh.
These bitches is broke. They're not even broke. They just don't want to spend the fucking money on it.
That's usually the answer.
They've finally hit a point where corporations have gone, well, we don't have to try anymore. These fucking schmutzes are going to buy the shit anyway, and they're right.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about efficiency and the bottom line, and if you don't have to put in the effort to have a fun brand, you're going to pump out the same amount of money, if not more,
and
then where's the incentive?
And it very much does not help that everything is owned by, like, fucking 12 companies now. There's no competition. Who are they competing against? Themselves? They don't need the flashy branding. They don't need to stand out the way they used to, because no matter what fucking product you pick on the shelf, they're still gonna get the money, They don't give a fuck if you buy Wheat Thins or Cheez-Its. They're both owned by the same company.
Yeah, no.
If you're sitting there about to fucking correct me in the chat, telling me that they're not owned by the same company, shut the fuck up. You get the point I'm trying to make here. Stop trying to correct me all this episode, Topeka, Kansas, fucking Salt Boy, 42.
Topeka,
Good
Kansas,
username.
Salt Boy.
Topeka, Kansas, fucking Salt Boy, 42. He keeps messaging me on Grindr.
Okay. No, it is a sad state of just... Because I think we're originally talking about, like, Cartoon Network and Adult Swim. And, like, the thing is, like, Toonami, I think, still exists.
It does. It's
Technically?
it's a block that airs on Adult Swim now.
Yeah, I mean,
I dig it. I just, like, I have no interest in it because, like, I'm grown now and I don't really give a fuck about anime.
right.
You know, like, it was hype as shit when I was 8 years old, and I was like, who the fuck is this blonde, spiky-haired asshole fighting this fucking giant vibrator?
Yeah, they just, a few weeks ago launched Season 8 of Rick and Morty, which I think is the official launch of Justin Roiland not being a part of it anymore.
Yeah.
Because, like, I recognize, like, a name or two, like, in the credits that maybe you would know more about that than me, about who the new voice is, or voices.
Really,
they got a separate person for Rick and or Morty.
I mean, that makes sense with everything that went. I'm surprised that they're still trying to keep the show going, and I'm genuinely
surprised.
I'm genuinely surprised that if they're going, like, if this flops, I'm curious if they're going to keep trying to milk it now that they have Smiling Friends. Because, like, Smiling Friends has very much replaced Rick and Morty as, like, the cash cow of Adult Swim. Because, you know, Adult Swim has always had, like, that one show, at least for the last, like, 10 years or whatever. They've had, like, one show that they build around, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know what the fuck is airing on Adult Swim right now, other than, like, Rick and Morty and Smiling Friends. Much in the same way that, like, 10 years ago, I didn't really know what the fuck was airing other than, like, Rick and Morty and, like, Aqua Teen.
So usually when I'm scrolling
10 years
by,
before that, it was, like, Aqua Teen and fucking Metalocalypse.
So usually, like, King of the Hill and Family Guy reruns when I'm scrolling by.
Yeah, that's another thing that, like, Adult Swim has always had an issue with. If they waited to play, like, their syndication shows until later in the evening and front-loaded with more of their original shit, because, you know, since...
They start way earlier than they used to, too.
I mean, that's probably for the best, just
I think
because,
they start
like,
at 6 now?
Adult Swim starts at fucking 6 now?
I think so. Like, I'd have to double-check that lineup, but... It could be... It might be 7, but no, it's early as fuck. It's before 8, I know that.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me too much, just because, like, channels like Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon are going the fucking way of the dinosaur anyway, because what kid is watching that when they have a tablet, or their parents' phone, or some shit like that now?
Yeah, and honestly, like, just, if you're, like, in a hotel room or something, just flipping on a TV, like, King of the Hill is probably going to get more views than Amazing World of Gumball. So.
Oh, 100%. I mean, mostly because, again, that kids aren't really watching TV anymore. Like, television is an older demographic and a dying one at that.
So you're telling me I'm out of touch. I'm learning something about myself.
Dude, one of the few benefits to being an online creator, and I do remember where I was going with all of this. We will circle back in just a moment here.
The old bob and weave. We bob and bob and we weave and we bring it all back.
One of the fun things about being, like, an internet personality is, I guess how early I had completely shattered the illusion that I was ever in touch to begin with. I think I gave up on this whole, like, oh shit, I'm out of touch, I gotta get with it again. I think I gave up on that when I was, like, 20. It's just like, oh, Oh, so Kesha and Justin Bieber are the it things right now. I think I'm gonna get really into weird niche shit on the internet now. Y'all have fun with that. I'll be over here looking at cool pictures of lizards.
Oh, dog, I've been out of touch since I was 12.
That's another big thing. Like, I hear people my age talk about, like, I have no idea what the kids are talking about anymore, bro. I didn't know what the fucking kids were talking about when I was one of the kids.
Like, let's see, like, when William Hung, like, hit it on American Idol and went viral before viral was going a thing, I was his biggest, and that was, like, what, 2003? Like, what were normal, like, 11, 12-year-olds, like, doing in 2003? Like,
I don't fucking know, dude. I was too busy getting my ass kicked.
Not jamming to William Hung.
Again, I wouldn't know. Presumably your average 12-year-old in 2003 was not preoccupied with dodging strays.
Here's the thing, like, the season William Hung was on, like, was like season 3. I think Fantasia Barrino won that season. So who did more people know, Fantasia or William Hung?
I'm going to go out on a fucking limb and assume that more people know William Hung than the winner of every American Idol since Kelly Clarkson.
Ooh,
that is the
them's
only.
fighting
I
words.
can list three. I can list 3 American Idol winners, and I'm not even sure about one of them. There's Kelly Clarkson, Ruben Studdard, and I think Adam Lambert won. I know he got popular on American Idol at least. I don't know if he fucking won it.
I do remember Ruben Studdard quite well because after his singing career, he actually did a little bit of pro wrestling training, and
you fucking kidding me?
No, dude, you might you remember him? He was around the MWO for our good friend Jason Platinum. That's what he changed his name to. Former American Idol contestant Ruben Studdard. No?
It took me entirely too long to realize you were fucking with me. If I had gotten
Damn,
like
I sold
hour,
that a little too well.
If I had gotten like an hour less sleep, you would have 100% been able to gaslight me there, bro. I'll be honest with you.
I love you, Jason Platinum. Shout out to
You'd have got me punched in the fucking mouth, bro. I'd have gone up to Jay Platt next time I saw him, and I'd have been like, "Sing Sweet to Me, My Idol," and he'd have fucking hit me.
Nah, I remember.
He might have felt bad about it after I explained it, but, like, not bad enough to say sorry. Do you fucking mind,
Oh,
sir?
jeez. That's Platt. He's here to whip your ass.
No, that one's going, wah, wah, and Platt goes, oh.
Ooh. Ooh.
Fucking no one outside of the MWO zeitgeist is gonna have any idea what's going on there. So I apologize to the oil rig workers in Alaska who are listening right now.
No, but Jason Platinum, first African American MWO champion. For those of you who don't know, former tag team champion with Cooter Blackwell. Did you know that was Bill's old name? Cooter?
Cooter?
Oh, you didn't know?
No.
Oh, he was part of a group of hillbillies called the Blackwells, and he was Big Cooter.
I'm sorry, that's where the Blackwell name fucking came from?
Yep.
Hang on a minute. just... Carry on.
You sure? Okay, I mean, to be fair, like, I don't know much about the original Blackwells. I know there was Big Bill. Well, he wasn't Big Bill. He was Big Cooter then.
God, I should call her.
There was Cooter. There was Josh Orr, who was Big Bubba Blackwell.
That name rings a bell.
God, I don't know if there's any other Blackwells like that. That would be something to ask Bill about. But
I wish That shit would have got treated like the Dups or like the Dudleys.
I mean, that's kind of what, like, the vibe, like, everything I've heard and seen of it, that's sort of, like, the vibe I think they're
I mean, there
going
should have
for.
been 82 of them. There should have been 82 of them. They should have just been pointing at people in the crowd. Yeah, that sits in a chair, Blackwell. He just sits in the chair. Oh, he's getting up. He's feeling ornery today.
That MWO superfan Tim Movie, that's Boo Blackwell.
I hope that movie's having a good day.
Huh?
I hope that movie's having, like, the best fucking day.
Shout out to Movie. Like, man, 3 cool shout outs in a row I wasn't expecting. May you be somewhere booing the shit out of somebody that's
Bro!
causing some shit.
God. To give a little context, this guy used to come to MWO shows, and his boo just made our fucking day.
Oh, I love it.
He had such just a distinct, like, bro! It was so good. In a room full of booze, you could tell that movie was upset. You know, in the same way that, like, sometimes, like,
You
hear
can tell
like
he
a
was upset from backstage.
bro.
At the MTC where there was like walls and doors.
Oh god, yeah. And NTC was like a fucking fortress backstage compared to what we usually had.
Oh yeah,
like-
it's usually like tarps and panels and like, you know, paper thin shit if we're lucky.
Basically, yeah. No,
That's indie wrestling for you.
Amen to that, brother.
Gee.
NTC, like, we were actually, like, tucked away in other rooms. You could be, like, on the other side of the building and just, oh, yep, movie didn't like that.
Oh,
It's funny, man. I was driving out of town once, and I think I passed him at a gas station. I just heard.
Whoa.
Just,
We're fucking idiots.
yeah.
Why is this so abusing?
It's one of the main reasons I'm happy I have this thing, because I could do fun little effects like this. Oh my god, I keep on going closer and farther away.
Oh man, here I am living out fucking my childhood dreams, trying to get William Hung on this show. I get to talk to the fucking guy from Theory Addict. This is awesome. Titties.
I'm gonna kill
This
myself.
Don't do that, mate.
Oh god, I haven't been referred to as the Theory Addict guy in so fucking long. It still blows my mind that, like, to this day, occasionally I'll be sitting there talking to people that'll come up and they'll be like, wait, did you do a video about, and I'll just be sitting there thinking about how nice a gun would feel in my mouth right now.
I was just
Because it's never, like, one of the ones I'm proud of. It's always like, yo, you're that dickhead that ruined the fucking Rugrats.
the guy who is addicted to Austin Theory.
No.
No?
Don't like that one.
No, not
Wasn't
big-
Austin Theory one of the guys who had, like, some less than savory allegations out on him?
I don't think so.
I
I just know they kind of quit using him since Triple
since
H
Vince fucking
kinda,
left?
Yeah, because he was sort of Vince's boy. And
Yeah,
he's
it did exactly
he's been in
Drew
a tag
McIntyre
team,
for him.
with Grayson Waller, A-Town Down Under.
And speaking to wrestling, I told you we'd bring it all back.
The Bob
So-
and Weave.
We will bring it back to wrestling, but first we gotta bring it back to where I was originally going with all that branding shit. So,
We get sidetracked easy here.
we really fucking do, folks. So, again, to refresh to where we were, for a long time I wanted to have, like, shit running on my stream later at night, but again, I kind of have to have a cutoff at a certain point. So I thought to myself, well, hang on. What if I made like a little content block specifically to be aired at this time, right?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Because, like, I've had a number of things that, like, I wanted to start fucking around with on YouTube. Like, music mixes, for example. I fucking love music. In particular, I have, like, a really deep passion and appreciation for video game music. And more importantly, I have a place where I can download it in, like, really high quality. Damn near any album you can think of, right? So I go to this source and I download music just for shits and teehees because I fucking love video game music. So I've thought for a while, well, what if I compiled this shit together, you know, threw it into like some music mixes, threw those online. Those are fucking popular as shit. And you know, fucking around with my video editing program, I found a way to like take 4K footage and make it look like some shit that's playing off like a dusty old VCR. And I found that, like, combining those visuals with, like, old video game music, it just, they really complement each other.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
no, that whole, that vibe, I know kind of what you're talking about, and I dig that.
That and outside of that, just, like, for my channel in general, or not my channel, but for, like, my Twitch stream, for, like, BRB screen, for the BRB screen and like the starting soon screen and shit like that where I'm not necessarily on stream, I made like this fucking 3-hour compilation of like old bumpers from Cartoon Network and MTV and like old video game commercials and shit like that.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I fall asleep to that shit.
So that's kind of like the idea I had for, I compiled, I made 2 mixes and, like, that 3-hour compilation. I threw those together with kind of the idea of, like, well, if anyone stumbles across this, it'd be, like, good shit to fall asleep to, right? Wound up calling that the Graveyard Shift and ran that on Saturday. Went pretty fucking well. I'm really happy with it. But I've been thinking about, like, other shit that I want to do with it, right? Because I don't want it to just be, like, music and commercials, right? I want it to just be, like, I don't know, throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks for 6 hours, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, like, I've had ideas of, like, playing, like, old shit that's in the public domain. Like, I love old cartoons. I fucking love those cartoons that would play in, like, the theaters in between, like, the newsreels and right before the movie and shit like that. Like, your Felix the Cats, your, Popeye the Sailor Man, shit like that. And a lot of that shit's in the public domain. And I thought, cool. Well, I could take some of these, compile them together, so that way they're not just, like, forgotten, you know? They're still, like, hopefully people discovering these cool fucking old cartoons. Because, like, back in the 30s, it is, like, incredible the shit that these people would come up with. The visual wonders that they would come up with. Because there wasn't, like, an established idea of what animation was yet. So they were just doing fucking whatever. And it looked like, incredible.
Television in homes wasn't even a thing.
Exactly.
So it's kind of nuts, like, the just magic these motherfuckers were putting out, like, you know, during Great Depression times and even before. Like,
oh, yeah. And, like, again, with how many of these, like, there's fucking Disney cartoons that are in the public domain now. There's, like, Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny cartoons that are in the public domain. And there's literally nothing stopping me from, like, throwing together an hour of cartoons and letting that air, for example.
Yeah, there you go.
Or, like, old public domain movie. My favorite movie of all time is in the public domain. And you bet your sweet ass I'm going to be watching it with the homies on my stream. Because I fucking can. If anyone's curious, Plan 9 from Outer Space. Go ahead and throw that in your... That is my favorite, dude.
I haven't actually seen it, but I've heard of it.
I've watched this movie, no shit, like 12.5 times, right? Like, close to 20, if not 20 by now. Every time I've seen it, I have noticed something else they fucked up. It is the shit that keeps on shitting. It is the cream of the crap.
Just,
I love that fucking film. That was the movie that taught me that I don't give a fuck if a movie's good. Does it entertain me? If the answer is yes, go ahead.
oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if the answer is yes, dope, I like it. If the answer is no, I don't give a fuck how competently it was put together or what the critics say. If I thought it
Right.
was boring, I think a movie sucks. Looking at you, Lars von fucking Trier.
I mean, if it's entertaining, it's entertaining. I mean, even if it's like not for the intended reasons, I mean, fuck, I'm getting something out of this.
Exactly.
Have you ever played the game High on Life?
It rings a bell?
I think Justin Roiland does voice acting on it.
Oh, the Rick and Morty game.
Yeah, kinda, but it's not. I mean, sort
I-
of, but not really.
May I go off on a quick side tangent?
Yeah, go for it.
I never played that game, but I did watch that game be responsible for a 4-year for like a 6-year relationship ending.
Oh God,
I'm not gonna name any names, but I know a dude who once asked their partner, "Hey, it would be cool if I bought this game instead of a birthday gift for you, right?" And to this day, I insist that the reason why they did it was because they were too much of a pussy to break up with them. Because that's the only reason I can think of where a question like that makes fucking sense. Anyways, that said, what were you gonna say?
No, that's insane. Like I was expecting, like oh, there's like this storyline that was like messed up, and it brought out something dark within this individual, and like.
Oh no, dude! Instead,
Like,
you
oh,
heard
no,
the most.
It was just this person being a selfish douchebag. Okay.
No, it was the most Rick and Morty fan shit you ever heard in your life.
Ah. God damn it. That sucks to hear. Like.
So, knowing how much happier the person who had to deal with that is now, I think back to that and I laugh so hard.
Yeah, probably long term it was for the best. That
Oh, dude, short term it was for the best. Medium term
Dude.
it was for the best.
in
Whatever
the best
term
of
you
terms
want
and the
to.
least of terms.
It's just whatever metric you want to go by. But anyway.
They pretty much have gags in there where like the living room's like your home base, and like on the TV, they'll play movies, and like, but they're legit full length movies. If you have the patience to sit, they put full length movies in the fucking game. There's like 3 or 4 of them you can straight up watch.
I love when games do that. That is genuinely like one of my favorite things about Grand Theft Auto, for example.
They're like the like really shitty like B-rate, like straight to video, like one of them. Tamara and the T-Rex is one of them.
Okay.
Fucking the one where Tiny Tim is a killer clown. I forget the name of that movie.
Like these
I
are
think
like
it's, like,
actual films,
Actual
not like
films
shit
that they either snagged up the rights to super cheap, or it was public domain or something. But like,
that's
nope.
actually great.
They're full length films that
I love that.
that actually, because I thought it was just like a stupid, oh, they filmed this for especially for the game, and like oh no, this is an actual fucking movie.
Man, you ever hear of a flick called Llamageddon?
Llama, no, but it sounds like it's up my alley. Is it kind of like Sharknado?
It's better. It's
Oh.
worse.
Oh, okay.
It's got maybe a 1/16 of the budget. But it's so good. Like I will tell you one of the gags. It is such a minor gag, but I still feel awful telling you about it because I'm spoiling it. But I know for a fact if I tell you this gag, you're gonna fucking watch this movie. My favorite gag in the flick, and it took me like 30 minutes to realize it. There is a character in the movie who wears a different shirt in every scene he's in. We're talking like if it's like just a cut to one character and then 2 seconds later they cut back to him, he's in a different shirt.
I love that. I actually really love shit like that. That's so European.
It is so carefully designed to be like a shitty movie that it's actually one of the most brilliant films I've ever seen. Because if you're like trying to do something like that, that is a very... I am so sorry. My body is trying to let me finally die, but I just refuse to give up the ghost. There's a very fine line between like making a so bad it's good movie and just making a movie that's bad, right? These people blow that line out of the fucking water. This is one of the most entertaining films I've ever seen. Like, that Velocipaster, Bad Ben 3, and Plane On From Outer Space are like my Mount Rushmore of shitty movies.
So, what would you say? What'd you say the name of that movie was?
Llamageddon.
Llamageddon, that's right.
I was sitting there like, fuck, I just listed off like 4. Which one was I just talking about?
Yeah, sorry.
Velocipaster, also phenomenal. Like, that one made the rounds as like a meme of just like people sharing the movie poster of it. And I'm one of the assholes in the comments now who's like, no, y'all need to watch this fucking movie. This ain't just like a meme. This is a real movie and it's fucking beautiful. It's about a pastor who gets attacked in like an Amazon rainforest. So at night he becomes a velociraptor. If I had to guess how much the Velociraptor outfit cost, I would guess $11.83.
I swear to God, this sounds like one of the movies that might be playing in that game. I'm not even kidding, but...
I really hope so. Velocipaster is so fucking good.
That sounds like something I need to check out. Like,
so where all of my ranting earlier about that was going, ultimately, in me trying to come up with shit to throw on Graveyard Shift, I might have stumbled across the secret sauce. I would argue that early television would not have been as successful as it was were it not for professional wrestling, and I think I've found a way to make wrestling a staple of this network as well. Cody, my friend.
Yes.
You ever heard of a game called Wrestling Empire?
I have. I think is that like a PC / like Android thing. People, it has like sandbox features. Kind of like Minecraft-y graphics. Am I thinking of the right thing, or?
Ish. You might be thinking of an earlier version of it specifically. I have no idea if this one's got an Android version, but I know that this guy's been putting out games since like. The first time I played something by him was a free-to-download game I got like 13 years ago, right? So this is like the most recent game that this guy's put out. I think you're thinking of the right shit. So it's like this really goofy, arcadey, like very No Mercy-esque game. And I understand that that's a term that gets thrown around a lot in like wrestling gamosphere. But this thing's just got the secret sauce. It's got that right blend of like arcadey goofiness and like indie game jank.
Yeah.
To just make it like
got like a certain charm.
It does, and like just sitting down and watching it is like a lot of fun, right? And, me being me, I get a game, I find out that it has a modding scene. The first thing I do before I even fucking play the game is I start modding it. Mm-hmm. I have a deep love, passion, and appreciation for the art of modding games. I love the idea of someone going, I like this thing so much, I'm gonna make my own shit for it for free, because that's how much I fucking like it. And I love how it can, like, just deepen the experience of a game. Perfect example is like, Bethesda with like Skyrim and Fallout and shit like that. No one would still be talking about fucking Skyrim if the mods for that game didn't slap ass.
Oh yeah, I love the Macho Man, the Macho Dragon.
Dude, the Macho Man Randy Dragon mod is the best mod in the history of mods, and I'll fucking die on that hill.
The wild, yeah.
But yeah, so like through mods, I've been able to like just add all sorts of like goofy fucking wrestlers and like different match types, and like the moment I realized that I might have something here is when I downloaded a mod that gives you like way more control over the camera, right? Like when I'm sitting there in like simulation mode, I can act as the cameraman more or less. So I thought to myself, well, what if I put together some matches and, like, threw together my own fucking creator wrestler shows with this, right? Because, like, my issue with a lot of shit like that on YouTube is that, like, it's all done in 2K, and 2K is just, like, not that fun to watch, really.
Yeah, I mean, I say at this point, if you're going to do anything with 2K, like, it's really just got to be, like, promo-based, and, like, they do have things where you can, like, crop out, like, green screen and things like that, and, like, no, but just like watching simulation matches in 2K, it gets a little tedious and meh. I love the games. I'm a huge mark. I buy them.
Yeah, a lot of fun to play. But watching
so much
and playing them are exactly. Meanwhile, with this one, just sitting there goofing around, like I threw together like my first card, right? I made it the backyard show because we. But then I realized...
Be a renegade.
Then I realized, hang on, I can fuck with it and make it to where it's raining. And then I realized I can fuck with it even further. So the story for the first show is that the backyard floods. So by the time that the last match is going on, they're in like knee-deep water and it's a battle royal. What I didn't realize was that they weren't just gonna stand. Everyone's sitting there swimming. So everyone that got eliminated kept trying to get back in the ring so they wouldn't fucking drown. And it just turned into this weird fucking chaotic thing. And then the gimmick for the second show I did was that the ring got destroyed so there wasn't a ring. Because that's a fucking thing you can do.
Sounds like the most janky indie promotion on the planet.
You can fucking set it up to where, like, you have the ring, but it doesn't have ropes, so I plan on running a gimmick where fucking Repo Man comes for a show and steals the goddamn ropes after his match.
Repo Man.
And then, like, maybe a half hour before we hopped on to do this, I find that there's, like, a promo writer. So you can just write your own fucking promo, so I can actually do, like, storylines and shit now. Like, there's actually a lot of potential for me to make something really dumb that airs. And, like, it might only air during, like, this fucking thing I do. I don't know if any of this shit, like, out of everything I've thrown on, like, Graveyard Shift so far, only one of those things is on YouTube, and I just uploaded that last night.
Selfishly, I love the idea of for like the Mean Gene backstage interviewer role, having William Hung do the backstage interviewing.
First of all, I absolutely should have seen that coming. Second of all,
you should always see William Hung coming.
God, there's like 12 jokes I can make there, and I'm just gonna take the high road and move on. Where the fuck was I going with that? No, selfishly. Genuinely, part of the reason why I'm bringing this up is because, like, we used to do something very similar.
Oh, yes.
And, like,
2K16 or something like that.
Some shit like that. And, like, I don't know, like, logistically how realistic it would be or, like, how often I'd want to do something like that. But I've had the idea of, like, having, like, a rotating cast of color commentators. I would love to have Muhammad McCheese on there.
I don't know what you mean. I don't know what any of this means. There's a flood. William Hung is here for some reason.
Meanwhile,
why did Damian Priest walk out the door?
Meanwhile, I'm on commentary as the fucking promoter who's watching himself lose his ass on the ring.
There was a ring here, and now there isn't. I don't know why.
I'm first name and last name, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need to take out a second mortgage.
Repo Man was here. Fuck.
I'm first name and last name, and I had to pawn off my ring in order to get this show going. If we don't have 1,000 people show up by the end of this one, I will be getting a divorce.
Well, you're so broke you can't even afford a real name.
I haven't even told you what the name of the company is that I made up for it. I've got graphics and everything.
Fuckamania 4! No,
that's gonna be the fucking pay-per-view. Holy shit. The name of the promotion is Broke Ass Wrestling. Like, hang on. This unfortunately isn't gonna be able to play on the show, but I've got, like, graphics and shit whipped up for it. Gimme. I mean, again, this is, like, nothing I'm gonna be able to have on here just because we don't have it ready to go to play on here, so I'm not gonna take up too much time with it, but... No, like, I put a little bit of time and effort into this. Just, I don't know, man. Even if this ends up not being, like, anything...
Dude, it sounds like a fun-ass creative outlet, like, regardless. Like...
Exactly. Like,
not too much on, like, this show.
Yeah, and that's really all it needs to be. You know, I...
Don't need your pity subscribers. Don't... Yeah. Fuck all y'all who watch and don't subscribe. The 4 of y'all are cool.
4 of y'all are cool. And all of y'all in Topeka.
No, that was really rough. I didn't mean to come at the non-subscribers so heavily. It's just, I don't know. That's not why I'm doing it, but man, subscribers would be nice.
I don't know, man. YouTube's really fucking weird in that sense. Like, subscribers used to mean a lot more than they do now, because, like, YouTube's suggestions are based on, like, algorithm now, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like I have people who I'm subscribed to who won't even pop up in my subscriptions list
I know.
because it's been a while since I've seen them.
Yeah, it's weird how they do that shit now. It didn't used to be like that.
No,
I don't think it was.
No, like many moons ago. Like, if you subscribe to someone, you subscribe to someone.
I mean, yeah, in 2007, Ryan Higa just showed up. Damn, I got you good. Sorry.
I did not see that reference coming.
Shout out to Ryan Higa. I hope you're okay, whatever you're doing.
Come on the show. I want to see you interact with William Hung. God, dude, genuinely, I think you've got me at the point where if I ever, like, hit the lottery, I would want to be William Hung's Comrade Thompson. But, like, instead of interviewing him about different topics, I just want to be, like, me, William Hung, and then whatever guest that week I would bring on, just because I think it would be a lot of fun to watch them interact with William Hung. Like, you know how much ass it would kick to see William Hung interact with, like, Fat Joe the rapper? Or,
I'd
like...
be interested to see, like, I can't even imagine William, like, using swear words. So...
Or, like, how fucking awesome would it be to have, like, William Hung and, like, Ric Flair on the same show? As much as I'd hate to have a personal interaction with Ric Flair, I'd do it just to watch him interact with William Hung. You know, like, fucking... I don't know, like, William Hung and Bruce Campbell.
It's William Hung and John Campbell.
John Campbell would have the time of his life talking to William Hung. I already know that John Campbell would have such a good time with that conversation. John Campbell, Add him to the list of people I hope's having a nice day.
Hell yeah.
Not Stuntman Mike, though. Fuck that guy. 10 years later, and we still got heat.
What'd he do to you?
We worked on the roster the same time together. You know all the shit he did to me, all the times he assaulted me, choked me, snuck up from behind, punched me in the beanbag.
Well, I mean...
Cracked me in the head with a cookie sheet, causing massive amounts of CTE, resulting in me being his manager for like 2 years.
Hey,
fuck that guy.
Hey, CTE and getting, rattled in the private parts is just kind of a rite of passage when it comes to stuntman. We call it getting Pattersoned.
That Patterson push.
I got that Patterson push in the back of a U-Haul back in the Mac TV days.
Yep. It happens to the best of us.
Yep, and...
Dennis Edwards, for the record, is a great guy. Stuntman Mike can go fuck his mother. Mike Goodman can go fuck his father. And I don't know, what is there, like a third one, Count Micular or something? Fuck that guy, too. He can go fuck his mummy.
I just realized I was going after the wrong person for a push. Fuck. That was not Stuntman giving me the Patterson push. Who the hell was pushing?
Who the hell did I push? That bit came up right before we started recording. The fucking old Family Guy Wilford Brimley bit. Genuinely to this day, like, not a ton of Family Guy has aged particularly well with me. Like, I'm really fucking weird with comedy, where, like, my sense of humor is so fucking busted anymore that I don't laugh at jokes, but if I see, like, 30 seconds of a waffle standing up and then it falls over, I'll be sitting there slapping my slapping my thighs together, barking like a fucking seal. So a lot of Family Guy hasn't, like, aged super well for me. That Wilford Brimley bit, fucking, I will be sitting there,
it hurts me to pee and it causes me to be short with my family. I can't sleep at night.
I didn't realize my wife's been dead for years. Who the hell did I hit? This is brought to you by the National Such a fucking good bit. Just like, God, I wish I was that funny. I just joke about dicks.
Alright, well shit, we've been going about an hour here.
On that shaft.
Alright, I'm gonna try a thing here. I mean, I know we've shouted out William Hung plenty of times, but I'm gonna do this specifically so I can crop it to a short, just because me straight up asking him onto the show ain't really working, so I'm gonna try this a different way. I'm gonna try to sing and serenade William with a song. See if he'll listen and come on. Oh, I can tell you're excited for this one. Alright. William Hung. Talk to me and Pope. Come on the show. We're a bunch of dopes. You're playing games. Please contact us at the show. clefclub@gmail.com. William Hung bangs. William bangs. Come on the show. This is awkward. This is awkward. Contact us, William. Please come on the show, William Hung. I made an ass out of myself for you. Do you have a song to sing for William? Because I sure ate shit there.
Homie, come on the show. Homie, come on the show. But when he smiled, please come on the show.
Oh, that was it.
I was on the spot, bro. William Hung on our podcast, please. We give you Wendy's coupons, because that's really all I can afford.
And say, I know you want to chew out the ghost of Thomas Jefferson.
Fucking Jefferson.
I would love to have the ghost of Greg Giraldo on, just because I would love to hear what he'd have to say about the picks.
Man, I don't think he'd even get to the state of the world. He's a roast comic, and we both have plenty of fucking material apiece.
Oh.
This man's This man's dead. We could Ouija board him in, and he's got all of our fucking skeletons all ready to go.
Oh no!
Hey,
like,
dickhead, you remember that embarrassing thing that happened when you were 8? You will when I'm done.
that's why the dinosaurs died.
Oh, shit.
So like, I don't know, if kind of putting you on the spot here, if Gilbert Gottfried were to ask William Hung to come on the show, what might that sound like?
Oh my god. It has been so long since I've done the Gilbert Gottfried voice. Oh.
Like if the parrot from Aladdin just kind of fluttered onto my shoulder. And
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know if I can do the parrot from Aladdin, but I know that if he was playing another one of his famous characters who happens to have feathers of the beak, and he wanted to ask William Hung to be on the show, he'd probably sound something like, "Ah, fuck!" Not my best work. I didn't get a chance to warm up there at all, folks. I know that sounded a little bit like Vince McMahon sneezing and then hating himself because he just sneezed, but bear with me, folks.
It sounded like Vince McMahon slipping on a banana peel and realizing he's about to fall. Ah, fuck!
Vince McMahon when someone finally shoves him in the fucking pool.
Ah, fuck!
Man, not to Midwestern goodbye to show, but genuinely, this needs to be discussed because it is one of like my favorite facts about anyone ever. I often think about the fact that Vince McMahon's favorite thing in the world is shoving people in the pool. That explains so goddamn much, doesn't it?
It really does. Like that's really the first like kind of like peeking behind the curtain of Oz or whatever. It's like, oh,
because like
shit.
that was like in an
That's how that
interview or
kicks.
some shit, right? You were the one who told me about that.
Yeah, he's just that's just his spirit. He oh, what a weird man.
What a weird little criminal. Oh, Vince McMahon's having a shit day.
Just, I mean, he might be liking that. That might maybe poor choice of words there.
Yeah, very important choice of words, actually. Gee, fucking.
Me too.
You know what? Me too. Also,
Oh,
very
the
bad choice of words there.
Stand back. It's a pile of turkey. DuckTales. Woo.
I hope Vince gets hit by a car soon. Just, you know,
Stand back.
struck by a vehicle. That's how he needs to go. Preferably like a milk truck. Last thing he hears is doot 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 don don don.
Oh
Milk
man, so
truck, milk truck.
so one of the
vehicular.
I mean, there's really not much to talk about. Hear the news about John Redcorn yesterday?
Yeah, that
for those-
was extraordinarily upsetting to read.
Yeah, man, like crazy. Jonathan Joss. Am I saying Jonathan Joss?
I believe so.
Right?
Yes.
He was the voice actor. I think there was a couple voice actors that was John Redcorn on A King of the
Yeah,
Hill.
but he was
the original
one
guy.
who like stuck around for the role.
Yeah.
They tried out a few people, but once they landed on him, they
Yeah,
stuck
he was
with him. He also played not as many people are talking about it. I mean, it's not the thing to talk about, but he was also in Parks and Rec. He was
Was he?
he was the I can't remember the name of the character, but like the Indian chief character who would like appear on the show maybe once or twice a season.
Makes sense. It seems like the kind of thing they would cast him for.
Yeah, well, you know, Hollywood's not exactly known for its diverse casting. But yeah, no, died in a horrific fucking hate crime, and you know, I'll call it what it is. That shit was a hate crime. Him and his partner were targeted specifically because they were queer folk. Not just targeted, but full on fucking terrorized for like a year, from what I'm seeing. Like,
Yeah,
dude, that
that's
his
shitty.
childhood home burned down, had reason to suspect that it was fucking arson.
No, I know
Because,
dude's been
like,
going through a rough time. Because I follow him on socials a little bit, and I know he's
Yeah.
been going through a rough time for a while.
yeah, no, like, apparently he was, like, fucking coming home, like, back to his burned house just to pick up his mail. Finds his fucking dead dog's skull sitting on his front lawn.
Jesus Christ.
Him and his husband, like, obviously fucking break down over that, and one of the neighbors shows up with a shotgun, tries going for his fucking husband, who must be noted, was a trans guy. Yeah, Jonathan Joss jumped him from the fucking bullet. Like,
Jeez.
literally took one for his husband, like, and the fact that the full story here isn't being reported is, like, kind of upsetting to me.
No, this
Like,
is the
I've
first time
read-
hearing of any of that. Like,
Yeah, like, you know, and this is directly from, like, Jonathan Joss's husband, who, like, I feel awful not being able to remember his name right now, but, like, this is, like, a Facebook post by him. You know, so this isn't, like, rumors and innuendo or anything. This is,
Right.
like, direct from the fucking source.
yeah. God,
it's
yeah, that's
just-
crazy. That's not being.
First
talked
fucking
about like
day
that.
of Pride this happens.
Yeah, but fucking, you know, everybody changed their logo to the rainbow, so it's all good.
This is why I hate rainbow capitalism, but I believe that Pride is fucking important because
It
of
is.
shit like this.
Yeah, 100%. But like,
And unfortunately, I feel like over the next few years, that's only going to become more and more important. You know, not to fucking go super serious there toward the end, but, like, this is very indicative of where we're at right now. And, yeah, I'm tired of constantly being terrified about the well-being of my loved ones. You know what I mean?
no, I get it. Like,
You know.
God, this shit's just crazy. Like, yeah, I don't even know where to go with that because I was just gonna fucking
The good news is he, at least from the sounds of it, he did do a couple more episodes of the show, like the reboot here, so
yeah.
it sounds like he got to do like 4 episodes of that, which is great.
Yeah, reboot's about to drop in August, so I mean,
Yeah, I
it's
guess to
dropping
end
real
on a
soon.
high note, did you see the trailer sequence that came out for that?
Yeah, dude.
Or the
I
title
can't-
sequence, rather.
I mean, it ain't much, but I mean, just seeing a glimpse of it.
Did
of
you
anything.
see, you might not have seen this one because, like, this is some shit that, like, I saw recorded on, like, a cell phone at a convention, but the actual trailer for that is floating around, like, the trailer for the reboot.
Oh, okay. I have to.
Like,
try
you
to
know,
look
it
for that.
doesn't give away too terribly much. It basically confirms, like, everything that everyone, like, picked up from, like, the intro sequence, you know, fucking Hank moved away for a while, now he's coming back, and, you know, he's got to get used to what life is like in Arlington now.
Right, which makes sense because, you know, us as the viewer, we're kind of coming back to town too, so it's kind of nice to have that device line up. And
Oh, 100%. One thing I think is going to be really fun for the show to tackle, are you familiar with what Hank's been up to?
well, I know he was doing like a propane project in Saudi Arabia or something like that.
Yeah, and it's looking like, if I had to guess, you know, from like what everything's looking like, it was part of like a work transfer program where like he went over for a while, and like what I'm seeing like a lot of people talking about online is like the guy who you randomly see in the title sequence, like that moves into the Hill House, is like gonna be a reoccurring character who's like a guy from Saudi Arabia.
Oh, okay.
Which I think is going to be
Interesting.
like, yeah, I think that's going to be fun.
Like, I ain't gonna like. That's different. I ain't gonna shit on it right away, but like that'd be interesting to see how they tackle that.
I mean, I don't think it's going to be like a major character or anything, but you know, it'd be kind of fun. I think. I don't know. I'm definitely most excited for like what they end up doing with Bobby, man.
Oh
Like-
yeah, like
like- Bobby Hill is like such a big part of what gave King of the Hill its flavor. And, like, I feel like we're still, like... You know, I've heard a few people talk about, like, oh, it's gonna suck because Bobby Hill's gonna be, like, all grown up and he's not gonna be that weird little kid anymore. But, like, GH is in the title sequence, too.
Yeah.
You know, good Hank.
Right.
And I feel like, you know, like, what would have traditionally been, like, a young Bobby thing is probably gonna be, like, transferred over to GH. So, you know, with that in mind, I'm really fucking excited to see what they're gonna do with Bobby Hill, man.
Right, and Bobby's still Bobby, like, you know, as long as, you know, there's some writing integrity going on there. Like, I can't see him being fucked around with too much. Like,
and I mean, like, the thing that gives me the most confidence, did you see either of the Beavis and Butthead reboots?
Yeah, I dabbled in them a little bit. I didn't, like, watch them super hardcore, but yeah, I watched them a little bit here and there.
I felt like those were done so fucking well.
Yeah,
because, you
especially
know,
the
like,
newest one that does the time hops.
Yeah, which, like, sounds like it could have been, like, super gimmicky, but I actually love how that like, what that shook out to be, because you had, like, you know, the Beavis and Butthead that we all knew and loved, but then, like, there was also the Beavis and Butthead that never time hopped, like, the original, like, got to grow old Beavis and Butthead. And there's, like, an episode, there's one episode in particular that fucking cracks my shit up, where, like, old man Beavis and Butthead, like, end up working at a fucking Amazon warehouse, and they just, like, keep ordering shit so they could, like, have it for themselves, and it just, you know, it's a Beavis and Butthead episode where they fuck
Right.
everything up just by being themselves, but, like, it's such a fun concept, and it could have been so fucking god-awful, you know. Beavis and Butthead with an iPad sounds on paper like it would be such wet dog ass, but it's actually done, like, fucking perfectly. Like, it's
You're
exactly...
describing the only information they've let out for the new Toy Story movie. They're still beating that dead horse.
Yeah.
Toy Story 3 was fine. 4 doesn't need to exist.
It doesn't, but I don't know. It was inoffensive. What blows my mind with Toy Story is, like, how easily that lends itself to spin-off shows that they just don't do, and instead they keep on cranking out more Toy Story. Where's the fucking Woody's Roundup show?
Ooh, yeah.
Like, we got...
That's a
like,
no-brainer.
when we were kids, we got, like, a couple seasons of Buzz Lightyear Star Command.
Love that
I was
show.
always waiting for the other boot to drop on that one. I was always waiting for Woody's Roundup.
Is that Patrick Warburton doing Buzz Lightyear on that show?
On that show, I don't know. That's who I cast as
Buzz Lightyear Star Command? Like, if I'm remembering it right, I think it was, but
No,
I
that
could be
sounds
wrong.
about right, and that would be, like, the perfect guy to fucking cast for it, but I can't say off the top of my head. I haven't watched that show since it was originally on the air, you know?
Yeah, shit. That was a long time ago.
I've been hitting the head a whole lot, and I've smoked a whole lot of doobies in between then and now. But, like, yeah, like, Toy Story just lends itself so well to, like... Or even, like, in an anthology show where, like, every episode focuses on a different toy.
Oh, yeah.
You could have, like, the Bo Peep episode. You could have an episode that focuses on Mr. Potato Head and Mrs. Potato Head, like a fucking Honeymooners reference type thing. You could have an episode with the fucking Army Men. You could have an
Make that
episode
like a
with...
MASH parody.
Yeah, you could have an episode with any of the toys that appeared in, like, the last, like, 3 and 4. I don't fucking remember any of the new ones, but they introduced a whole lot of them. I think there was, like, a fucking stuntman in one of them. He could easily be, like, an episode.
All right, Disney, you're going to want to make the check out to Clef Club Show. Make that payable to Pope and Cody or Squeezy Butchisms.
Yep. If you need anything else, I've got a whole bunch of mediocre ideas for Marvel. You're cranking out bad ideas, though, so mediocre would be a step up.
I mean, shit, we went a little long today. Sorry for keeping you.
Ah, you're fine.
Yeah, shit. I mean, yeah. You got anything else?
No, I'm just happy that we were able to turn it around and still end on a high note.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, God, that the details around Jonathan, like, I was gonna go into a whole thing and like talk about King of the Hill and like do a Hank Hill impression and like,
and then I come along with yeah, no, did you hear what happened there though?
No, seriously. Well, I'm glad you mentioned that because, like, I seriously didn't know any of those details. So, like, it's good that.
That's because we live in a day and age where anything queer is being suppressed again.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's funny. I hear monologuing in German.
All right, so where can people find you at on the Twitch on the late night blocks?
Twitch.tv, Spotify, YouTube, Pope Brandon Brownson on pretty much anything. If you want to find me, look up Pope Brandon Brownson. If you don't see it, I'm not on that one.
I'm on Twitch, not Dr. Leedy. I might go on there someday. I'm on there every now and then, but not Dr. Leedy. At Clef Club Show on the socials. Find us wherever you find social things. Just, I don't know. I'm bad at signing off. Okay. Look for Clef Club. Find Clef Club. I'm Cody from Cody. Fuck.
Good call, brother.
Let's see. We do have I did set up a Gmail for the show if you want to contact the show for any reason. William Hung, clefclubshow@gmail.com.
Thomas Jefferson. Cunt.
All right. For Pope Brandon Bronson, I'm Cody Leedy. See you later.
Bye, everybody. When there was like more than a 2-second pause, I should have figured there was shtick coming.
Is this the song I thought it was? Oh yeah, this is it.
William Hung has become such a major part of my life in the year of our Lord 2025.
I don't give a fuck if I get flagged for this. So worth it.
William Hung, can I at least play your music videos during fucking graveyard shift?
Alright. Anything you want to plug again while this music's going?
No, but I will remind everyone that Beverly Hillbillies Season 1 is in the public domain, so you can do whatever you want with that footage.
Hell yeah. Go watch Beverly Hillbillies with Pope on Twitch. Go watch me do nothing on Twitch. See you later, guys.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus fuck. Oh, fuck.